Hey WCMS, I'm Tavis.
And I'm Gage. Today is April 5th, and this is our 13th show of our 10th season. Hey Tavis, have you read the newspaper lately?
No, I don't think I actually have in a couple of years. I have heard that the 5th grade is writing their own newspapers. Let's go to Bonnie in 5th grade to hear more about it.
Hey guys, it's Bonnie. In reading, the 5th graders just finished writing newspaper articles for the Arkansas Times in 1957. We watched a movie about the Little Rock Nine. If you don't know who they are, they're the first black students to go to an all-white school. We were supposed to do some research on it and then use an app called My Newspaper to make a news article as if we were there in 1957 experiencing it all. We were to act as if our news article was going to be in the Arkansas Times in 1957. Here are some examples. I would not have wanted to be a kid back then. Well, that's all from me. Let's write it on over to Briar.
Hi, I'm Briar. In 5th grade art, as you can see, we've been doing a lot of cool things. But right now, we are doing scratch art. First, we colored a piece of paper with oil pastels. After that, we painted it over with black Indian paint. After the paint dries, we will scratch a design of our choice.
Do you want your name to be?
Are you saving this?
I think it's an easy but beautiful work of art. Now let's scratch it back to the anchors.
Wow, those were interesting.
Yeah, it looked like they were enjoying making those.
It sounds like the 6th graders are enjoying learning about mini society.
I remember filling out the applications. Maybe Asher in 6th grade can tell us more.
Hello, it's Asher, and I have a question for you. Do you know what mini society is? For you that don't, it's something us 6th graders do in our history class. Each class thinks of a name for their societies. After that, they color a flag for their societies. Once you're done with the flag, you move on to naming your currencies and coloring your currency. And finally, when you're done with all of those, you make something for your class and you can have an auction to sell your items. These students are looking at what real applications look like. The next step is to make our own applications for the treasurer, money cutter, paymaster, and the administrative assistant. Mini society is great. Now let's send it on over to Aiden.
Hey, it's Aiden here, and I'm going to be talking about rapping.
I heard we were rapping today.
No, Colin, not rapping presents. I'm talking about the type of music. In music, we've been creating background music on GarageBand with the snare drum, bass drum, cymbals, and toms. Then we record our voice on top of the beat so that it sounds like this.
The first thing that we added was the snare and the bass drum.
Then we added the toms and the cymbals.
Here's what we have together.
Ours is all done with the voice and everything, and here's what it sounds like.
Well, those were some good tunes. And on that note, let's wrap it on over to the anchors. No, Colin, we aren't rapping anything today. And we aren't making raps either. Didn't think I had to say that.
Those are some nice raps.
Yeah, I wonder what is going on in 7th grade.
I heard they have been doing some pretty hard math.
Let's go to Drew and hear more about it.
Hey WCMS, it's Drew. And quite recently, the 8th graders in pre-algebra, along with a few 7th graders, have been learning about systems of linear equations. A system of linear equations is when you have two equations with the same variables. A solution of a system of linear equations is the intersection point of the two equations. So, how do you get that solution, you may ask? You must go through a series of steps including addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. Once you get one answer, you are not done. You must use that answer in the other equation to find what the opposing variable equals. Your final solution should come out as a coordinate such as 6, -3. I have to keep solving these equations, so I must hand it on over to Emma in the guidance room.
Hey WCMS, it's Emma. In 7th grade guidance, we have been watching the movie Freedom Riders. The movie takes place after the LA riots. This lady named Erin wants to be a teacher. She doesn't want to teach just anyone, but specifically the kids who are having troubles, hate school, and have gangs. Most people think she doesn't know what she's getting herself into, but by the end, the students have changed, both academically and as a character. They get the chance to graduate and go to college. Overall, this movie is very inspiring. Now, let's pass it back to the anchors.
Thanks, Emma.
It sure seems like there's a lot of writing going on in the 8th grade.
Let's go to Allie to see what has been happening.
Hey Webster City Middle School, it's Allie. In history, we are working on our Oregon Trail journals. From 1811 to about the 1840s, thousands of immigrants traveled the Oregon Trail to Oregon country. It was a long, hard journey with many complications and deaths. I heard that these guys have some pretty interesting entries.
We are taking the Prairie Schooner as our wagon because that's what we all agreed on. We need to have a cover, 2 yokes, 2 axles, a tongue, and 4 wheels. We are taking 4 oxen and 2 horses. We chose this because we need 2 oxen to pull the wagon, and we can have 2 oxen in the back, and they can switch off every day. And 2 horses because we need them for hunting.
It is July 5th. We are running behind schedule on getting to Independence Rock, but there is something tragic that recently happened last night. We soon received the news that Steiner, Knudsen, Wesley, and my son Timothy have been exposed to cholera. I got so angry that sketchy man had probably infected them.
It's official. We are 1/3 of the way to Oregon. Fort Laramie is the gateway to the Rockies. It's an old Mexican fort in the middle of nowhere. It's also a military base that protects immigrants from the Indians.
Wow, journeying on the Oregon Trail would have been so difficult. I don't think I would have made it. Now let's journey on over to Blake.
Hello, WCMS. I'm Blake, and in 8th grade digital learning, we are learning about a whole lot of different kinds of technology. We made our own website on Wix.com to store all of our projects that we create. We turn them in so they can be graded. We get to code and fly drones, use software to make virtual reality, and use Makey Makey to create video games. We get to code, create, and make lots of different things. That's all for now. Let's send it back to the anchors.
Those seemed like some interesting topics.
Now for some upcoming events. On Monday, April 10th, all WC2DC participants must go to the meeting with a parent at 7 p.m.
The 5th graders are going to a play in Ames on April 11th.
Girls Track has a meet in Fort Dodge on the same day.
6th grade is going to the state capitol on April 12th.
On the 13th, 8th grade is going to a college visit to DMAC.
Also on the 13th, the 5th grade is going to Hy-Vee Hall for exercising your character.
There is no school on April 14th.
Boys Track has a meet in Fort Dodge on the 17th.
On April 18th and 19th, 6th graders will visit the Clarion Museum and Invention Society.
The Special Olympics is in Fort Dodge on the 20th.
The girls have a track meet in Iowa Falls on the 20th.
Finally, the 5th graders are going to Iowa Central, the 6th graders are going to Ellsworth, and the boys have a track meet in Algona on the 21st.
These next few weeks will be pretty busy.
That's all for now.
From the middle.